What's going on, guys? It is Larry MF White here, and I am super pumped to have with me Coach Joe Mendoza. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Larry? Thanks so much for having me.
Dude, you're an icon down there in San Diego.
Oh, stop it. Stop
No,
it.
I'm serious. He's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. So modest and humble over there. No, seriously. Like, one, you're really old. I know that you don't look it, but you've been in the real estate business for like 30 years in San Diego, like thousands of transactions, hundreds of millions in production. And then you and I have kind of worked side by side for a long time in the Tom Ferry organization, where not only are you one of his top coaches that has been there for a long time, but you're also one of his national speakers. So, dude, I'm super stoked because like you just have this pedigree and resume of a lot of success in real estate. And that's what we try and kind of push out and add value to other people. So thank you for joining me, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to pay you later on that one. I really
Right? You want me to introduce you on all of your speeches now, right?
I better save this recording.
So here's the thing, man. What I wanted to talk about a little bit today is, I truly feel that defaults are coming, right? Like in the last 4 or 5 weeks alone, we have over 22 million people that are unemployed at this point in time. And one of the big leading indicators of why I'm thinking this is because you have huge financial institutions like JPMorgan Chase. Their revenue fell by 70% this last month. Why? Because they set aside almost $7 billion for expected future losses. Goldman Sachs is the same thing. 50% reduction in revenue, $1.5 billion set aside for future losses. And Wells Fargo, same thing, evaporated, boom, $3 billion to set aside because they're anticipating with these forbearance agreements and unemployments at some point, people are not going to be able to pay their mortgage. I know that you've been educating a lot of folks, working with a lot of people on the probate industry. So let's tell everybody, just to start with, what the heck is probate?
Probate. Well, it presents itself a huge opportunity right now, even before pre-COVID. So we've heard of the baby boomers being one of the biggest market opportunities there is, right?
Yeah.
So these baby boomers, they were born 1946 to 1964. From statistically speaking, that will equate to about 60%, of all the sales in the next 10 years, Larry. So prior to COVID, we've got this silver rush coming, guys, and beware of the opportunity. Massive.
Okay.
So basically, in short,
yeah,
dying without a will or a trust, and you have stuff. You have real estate, you have personal property, you have things that will get tied up with the state. And basically, it has to go through the process, a probate process, because there's several different creditors or people that want to get their fair share.
That's perfect. And that's what I needed to know, right? Like, why are people listening to this? What the heck is probate? Why would it appeal to them? Because with 60% of the market and all of these probate estates going through, that's going to open up a lot of opportunities for probate sales and agents to kind of not take advantage of, but position themselves to become that expert in the industry that there may be a lack of knowledge on right now, correct?
Absolutely. I totally agree. And now's the time to learn more than ever because, man, not just because we're at home and we've got more time to study, but again, the opportunity is just going to explode even more.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So with that being said, I kind of wanted this to be short, sweet, to the point. So we know what probate is. Let's give agents like 3 takeaways. And let's just start with number 1. What is something that an agent has to do right now if they are interested in building probate into their business plan, whether it's this year or next year? What do they got to start doing?
Number 1, I've said it on my YouTube channel, on a lot of my videos, learn before you earn. Study probate in and out. There's a lot of information for free on YouTube, on Google. Just really learn the ins and outs, some of the different definition, what probate is, personal representative, test, basically know basically who's involved in the probate process is number one. Learn before you earn.
Okay. Learn before you earn. And YouTube, could they reach out to you? I know that we have, your website is down there, www.joemendoza.com. And I know that you give out coaching tips and just kind of tidbits on the regular. So they could go to you, they could do YouTube, they could just Google probate and probably get a list of information and stuff there. And I know that you were just hosted a class this last week with somebody that does a lot of education. Was it Jim Sullivan? Is that right?
That is correct. Jim Sullivan is a really, really good friend of mine. He and I go way back over about 20 years. And what I did was I basically started learning from him. He has a website called alltheleads.com. And if somebody needs to reach to him, give him a call. Jim Sullivan at 954-400-3500. Do mention my name, because what happens, Larry, is they cut the research in half by basically, if you want to just buy those leads, they have a lead source and they'll give them to whoever wants to buy them. And just reach out to my friend, Larry. Oh, sorry, Jim.
Yeah,
You're my friend too, Larry.
Yeah, I put the message down below. So yes, don't reach out to me on probate. Like, you want REOs, you want foreclosures, I'm your guy, I'm your resource. I'm not your probate yet, but I am super interested in this because I do think defaults are on the rise. So first and foremost, learn before you earn. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure that you're educated on the process, on just the verbiage and everything that goes into it. Jim Sullivan, a huge resource for education. His phone number's there. And if you want to purchase those leads and don't want to do all the legwork yourself, you guys can go there and just mention Joe and you guys can get a 50% discount, which is awesome. Number two, what's the
Something like
second?
that. Not 50, but
you get a discount. Don't know what the discount is.
No. Just mention my name. Jim will take care of you.
All right. What's the second thing that agents have to be doing right now if they want to position for the probate?
I'm glad you asked, Larry, because real estate is a lot about relationships.
Yeah.
And so one of the relationships that people should really start to do right now is, if they want to get into the probate space, is learn who the probate attorneys are.
Okay.
Because a lot of those probate attorneys, they're pretty much the gatekeeper between the personal representative and the estate. And so if you get in good with these probate attorneys, that's half the battle. I mean, think about a lead source where they're just sending you referral after referral after referral. Game over.
Nice. And so if they were to just, again, Google probate attorneys, like where would they find these list of attorneys that to work with?
Oh, pretty easy. You know, one of our mentors always says GTS, Google that stuff, right? So,
whichever one you want to say. Yes,
exactly. So type in probate attorneys. You could find them on Google. You could find them on Yelp. You could find them throughout your network, right? Or the local attorney boards. And they're really, really easy to find. And I would say this one big tip, Larry, right now, more than ever, a lot of them are at home. A lot of their staff is gone. So you pick up that phone, you call that probate attorney. Well, there is no gatekeeper now, guys.
Wow.
This is a really good time to start building up those relationships.
Absolutely. Huge pro tip there. Huge pro tip. And the third one, what is the third thing that agents have to do in order to position themselves for probate business in the future?
I'm so glad you asked, Larry. Some people, whether it's agents or anybody learning anything, they try to get ready to never get started. What I would say, pro tip number 3 is fail forward fast. Take massive, massive action. Send out the mailers, make the phone calls if your state allows it, what have you, but get out there, start taking massive action. You don't have to learn it all, and fail forward fast.
Beautiful. Man, that's less than 10 minutes, jam-packed, 3 things that agents have to do in order to get lined up for probate. Joe, thank you so much for your time, my brother. if people want to contact you, they can find you at www.joemendoza.com. They can reach out to you on social media. What would your handle be on social media?
At Coach Joe Mendoza on Instagram, YouTube. Just type in Joe Mendoza State. And if they want to reach myself, Joe Mendoza, 619-642-2553. 619-642-2553.
I'm gonna type this in here real quick. Joe Mendoza, and repeat your phone number one more time.
619 642 553.
Last part, you broke up a little bit.
619-625.
All right. I got you, my brother. You're starting to break up a little bit, so I think that is about perfect timing. But man, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate you. And
you're the best, Larry. You are the best. Thank you so much for this opportunity. You've always been one of my go-to guys, somebody I count on, and somebody I highly admire and respect as well.
Beautiful. Well, dude, keep changing the environment. Keep doing your thing. And I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys need anything, default, future, coaching tips, I mean, Joe and myself are always here for you guys. Reach out to us. Let's figure out how we can work together at some point in the future. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Larry.